Hello, how are you? My name is Stephanie Julia Castro Ayala. Today I will present an scenario about coordinating a virtual project with international college. Content communication is very important because team members come from different countries and backgrounds. So it is necessary to use clear and effective language. For this activity, I will include some reading articles. The first article is according to the global integration, virtual teams require a strong communication and cultural understanding to work effectively. Okay, this article shows that the communication helps about misunderstanding in international projects. Also, according to the second article, according to the Info Management Center, global teams need collaboration, clear communication, and organization to achieve their goals. This means that the communication is essential for successful teamwork. In my virtual project, team members use English to organize tasks and share ideas. However, misunderstanding can still happen because the people have different culture and linguistic backgrounds. Although communication is important, it is something difficult to express ideas clearly. Now, I include a listening example. The first is global virtual teams, the best tips for virtual team member collaborating with virtual college.
To talk to you about virtual skills, the skills of working in a virtual environment across countries, across borders, across organizational boundaries, and in situations where you're not always in direct contact or in the next door office to people. So the first tip here is about meetings and virtual meetings. So this is conference calls or
Okay. In this video, the speaker explains how communication is used in teamwork. I listened for main idea and specific detail to understand the messages clearly and understood that the communication helps coordinate tasks and improve collaborations. Okay, now I will include another listen example that is leading virtual project teams, challenge and solutions.
With your virtual teams, and knowing how to spot those challenges can actually be quite tricky. And in this video, I'm going to share with you what are some of those hurdles that you have to be aware of so that you can put the proper solutions in place. Lack of team bonding. This is a huge challenge for those of us who are managing virtual teams, because one thing we know when it comes to really good team dynamics and getting a project.
Okay, in this case, I focus on understanding key details. Yes, the speaker explained that clear communication and interaction help about misunderstanding in virtual teams. Okay, in a virtual project tasks are assigned to different team members, and communication must be clear to avoid mistakes. Team members must follow instruction and should improve their communication strategies. Sometimes problems might have been caused by poor communication. If the team had communicated better, the result will be more effective now. On the other hand, we need to organize meetings regularly and avoid sending unclear messages. some tasks need to be complete on time, and sometimes we have tasks checked by other team members to ensure quality. For the reason, the communication is very important, isn't it? When teams work online, they must be more organized and careful with their messages. The manager said that the communication was essential for the success of the project. In the future, I think that the teams will be working more in a virtual environments, and they will have develop better communication strategies to improve collaborations. Okay, in the other hand, I came to say that in this activity I use different grammar structure, such non-phrasal like effective communication strategies, linky word like however, and talk, and complex sentence to explain ideas clearly. I also use passive voice to focus on result, and modal verb to express obligation, advance, and possibility. Okay. And sometimes the people use their fear language when they don't have they don't know a word in English. For example, the meeting was successful, pero hubo algunos problemas. This is called code switching. Yes, it can help communication, but in professional context, it should be limited. Okay, finally, in this activity, I adapted my communication to a professional and multicultural context by using clear, polite, and formal language so that the people from different backgrounds could understand my message easily. Advanced grammars and vocabulary help me express my ideas more effectively. I use modal verb to show obligation and advance, passive voice to the focus on result, and complex sentence to organize my ideas clearly. This the structure made my communication more formal and appropriate. Okay, in the culture, our needs also influence my choice. I understood that the people from different cultures may interpret message different, so I try to be respectful, clear, and direct, and avoid ambiguous expression and focus on clarity to prevent misunderstandings. In my contents, two important factors affect my English learning. First is limiting exposure because I not use English outside the classroom. Second is anxiety and frustration. Yes, especially when speaking in informal situations. Because of this, I sometimes use simple language or mix Spanish and English. However, I am improving by still and becoming more confident in my communication and improve my English skill every day. Okay, thank you for your attention. See you later. Bye bye.